How did you get started in finance and funding early stage companies?
I spent a good part of my career at Goldman Sachs and worked in a fund for some time after that. But really what led me to India was to some degree some wanderlust. And I subsequently would go on to go to business school in India. And I went to India with the idea of looking at some of these spaces more through a philanthropic angle. But what I saw as a student in India and looking and studying the markets there is that there was this enormous opportunity for small business support. And again, I mentioned many of the challenges that small businesses face here are faced by small businesses in India, although I think in many ways the funding environment there is significantly more difficult. Banks, there simply aren't the same kinds of oiled machinery around SBA like you have here in small business support, and so saw this huge opportunity for supporting SMEs across a number of sectors. And again, both to develop financial returns, but also on the developmental impact as well. We generally don't discuss specific numbers, but it's early, and we do have a couple of exits. But the fund has performed perhaps better than any fund you could stack against it, whether it does have a developmental or a commercial focus. And we do have a commercial focus, but we do have an additional filter that we tend to focus on. So performance has been very good, and I think both across supporting businesses that are core to our mission, but financially as well. And I'll say that the financial piece is very important to us. Yes. We want our entrepreneurs to become very successful financially. Yes. We want them to be motivated. And again, we think that if you really want to have big scale and you really want to build hospitals, you want to build schools, you want to put the trucking and facility and lines in place, that money really will only come from commercial capital investors, right? And there's a tremendous amount of commercial capital in this world. Our desire is to embrace it. Sure. And find ways to bring these businesses up to the stage where they can take much larger rounds of financing than we provide.
How many companies have you invested in total?
So Song made a total of 4 investments. We have announced 5 and have 2 that will be announced relatively soon. Again, across education, healthcare, cold chain trucking. We have 2 businesses that lend, again, with a fair amount of sophisticated algorithm in the business to small businesses, as well as in fresh fruits and vegetables both.